Noita, otherwise known as a Finnish arson simulator that was developed by a group of sadistic cavemen. I mean, look at this. You think this was accidental? No. No, it wasn't. The whole selling point of the game is that every single pixel does something and interacts in different ways with other materials. This can lead to some interesting results. How deep do you think you can go while being shat on all over with toxic sludge that drains your health by a certain percent each tick to the point where a literal gust of wind would kill you? I'm not kidding. That's not even the best part yet. The game has this new game plus mechanic that leads to the damage output from the toxic sludge dealing over 100% of your health, essentially killing you instantly, but we'll get into that later. Overall, the main aspect of the game is wand tinkering, spells upon spells that interact in different ways with the environment around them. It takes a bit of trial and error to realize what spells do what. The wands themselves are relatively easy to understand as well, with your basic reload times, mana capacity, and how fast it'll fill back up. Simple stuff. The more technical side of things involves how the spells pull from the deck. Essentially, it becomes a card game with some very important rules that need to be followed, which I personally find fascinating. Each run will bring you something new and spicy. You could spend up to 3 hours just doing the first level and exploring the secrets on the sides, which there are plenty of. Or, you could just not even manage to take one step into the level. Seriously, what the fuck is this bullshit? But that's what makes it fun in the end, just overcoming obstacles and answering your own curiosity. Some ones may be good, others not so much, and sometimes you'll even just... Overall, you need to make the most of what you can with what you begin with. Usually, a weak one to poke your enemies with, a jetpack of sorts to overcome obstacles, and a bomb one to get into places you couldn't. There are little rest breaks, of course, called Holy Mountains. The game isn't that cruel. Here, you'll be allowed to edit your wands, buy new ones, spells included, and choose one of 3 perks that will help you on your adventure. Of course, breaking the safe place will make gods mold, but that's okay, you're smarter than that. You wouldn't break it if you're not ready. Unfortunately, the game doesn't care about what you think, and does it anyway. Say hello to these little fucks. Even still, I believe that the main path, just seeing how deep you can go, is already worth your money, so just get it now, it's a lot of fun. But what then? You've beaten the game, and what now? Well, that's when the content outside the main path starts to rise. From creating a gigantic black hole and creating supernovas to simply just making it rain maggots. And yes, that's a thing you can do. It's just a lot of fun to achieve. And there are tons of these side quests to complete, enough to keep you busy for hours on end. I guess my issues start to arise with the way that these are hidden and the game developers have expected you to complete. For example, there's a puzzle that in the end will unlock a very dangerous spells. The steps to it are simple themselves in their logic, but I feel like they weren't clear enough. Let me explain. To start off, once reaching the 3rd level in the game, Snowy Depths, you may have noticed these statues scattered around the area. You have no idea what they do, and maybe after shooting at them once, taking a look at them, you just leave them alone and continue with them. Never think about them again. Well, you're supposed to kick them. This is in no way given as a hint or anything, which I think is just a massive flaw in game design. It would be nice if they just hinted at the fact, but no, it gives you nothing. In the end, the game does teach you that being curious can reward you, so I'll give it that. Either way, kicking the statue will spawn a robotic monk that will attack with floating hands. That's it. Drops a few gold and you wonder what all the fuss is about. Well, if you pay close attention, the statue's holding up 3 fingers. After 1 monk is defeated, it will show 2. On your 3rd monk kill, you'll notice it drops something more than gold. A pink broken spell. You may have messed around with broken wands you found before and you know what to do with it. If not, here. Take the spell to the anvil that always spawns at the bottom right of the 4th level, Hissy base, and lob it into it. With the crackle, you will now have gained a summon portal spell. Attempting to use it though doesn't work, it just disappears. In case you haven't gotten it by now, the next step is going to take you out on the next level, the jungle. You may have noticed statues there before, holding some sticks. Pay close attention to them, and you'll notice they have the same hand symbol that resembles the statues from the Snowy Depths. What you're supposed to do here is see which way the statues are pointing using their sticks, and see where the lines meet up. Once there, cast a spell and it will stabilize, bringing you to a room with a chest containing a very fun spell that you should totally cast with no regard for your own safety. Ignore the name. Anyways, that's it. I'm not saying it's a bad puzzle. I actually love the effort and the little hints they try to give to the player, but I just feel like it could have been communicated much better in the end. Some things are just too obscure, and I feel like they are impossible to find on their own without the help of others. I mean, there are literal people bashing their heads together trying to figure out what a paragraph of glyphs. I'm not joking. Other than that, the quests are very fun to do, and it's really cool how you control your fate in this game and what you do in it. Death is not the biggest punishment. It's a roguelike, you're meant to fail over and over again. Hell, it took me a good 100 hours before my first win. You could defeat the final boss in one frame on a run, and barely defeat it on one health in another. It's all up to the way you play, really. Just don't be afraid to explore and get out of your comfort zone. Be curious. What if I spray myself with this pink liquid? Fire a nuke at my feet. Try to heal myself while having a specific perk I never noticed. Well, you die. But that's okay, because each run will be new, unique, and special. Welcome to Noita. You'll die a lot, but the feeling of overcoming the obstacles and learning how to counter them is the best one yet. After all, it's death that gives us meaning to life, so cherish it and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on this game. Do give it a try yourself. It's really fun.